You're watching the 4-9 show.
All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the 4-9 show. The 4-9 show. The 4-9 show. All right, so I'm back with you. Training camp has been, training camp was a little up and down. Preseason was up and down. Really not going to really talk about any of that. I want to be real quick here. Hadn't had a lot of time, but I'm going full-blown insane on these videos the rest of this week leading up to Sunday, week 1. All the BS is over with. It's time to play some football. So again, we know Jimmy Garoppolo struggled in the preseason, and then he came back and he looked pretty good. And he did have one crazy throw where he threw it in the coverage, like 3 defenders were over there. But other than that, he had a pretty good first half that he played. We want to see consistency with Jimmy Garoppolo. We're really not sure. Well, some people can say they're sure, but I'm not. We're really not. We don't know if he's that guy or not. And we hope that we finally get to find out this year. Because if we don't, let's be real, we may move on just because it's like, what can you do? I mean, can you stay on the field? Or we just got to find out, and we don't know yet. But we hope that Garoppolo stays healthy. He can play 16 games, and he can play consistent. He can play good consistently during those 16 games and, pull a rabbit out of the hat, work some magician, do some Aaron Rodgers type things and get us wins, even with an average group of wide receivers. I'm not really sold on the wide receivers. I think Debo and Jalen Hurd are better than Kendrick Bourne, but I think that, and Dante Pettis, but I think that they need to start, and I don't see them starting on the depth chart. And I would like to see them. Let's just show me what you got, because I think I've seen enough of Bourne. He made the team still. I said he wouldn't, but he did. Richie James made the team. I said he wouldn't, but he did. Now, they don't really have him on the depth chart as far as wide receivers. It's more like special team, punt return, kick return, backup kick return. Kick return. And he's like the 3rd or 4th guy as far as like the slot and things like that. But he made the team. Jordan Matthews got cut. We know all of that. So move along. I was wrong about everybody and everything. Jordan Matthews was cut. I don't necessarily agree with it, but it is what it is. They done it. And Jordan Matthews is gone. That we stuck with the youth. We went with the youth, and that's fine. But Kendrick Bourne is one of the most, he's just hard to grade. He's one of the most confusing wide receivers in the league, and definitely on our team. He catches balls. He'll catch a ball that's like, oh, wow, that was a great play. And then he'll come right back and he'll drop something so easy. So he makes tough catches and he drops easy catches. I don't understand him. I can't figure him out. He's all right inside the 10, 20-yard line, red zone. But, I mean, what are we going to do? Just keep him on the sideline until then? I'm not sure. Guys, we don't have our number 1 receiver. I think we know that. But we've got a few good B's and C's. And we just hope that with Shanahan's scheme, he can scheme people open and somebody can somehow get some separation when everybody's focused on George Kittle. That's the reason for me making the pick that I made in my prediction and saying that we would be 11-5. I'm not going to go back on that, even though we did not look sharp. Shanahan has even came out and said the receivers did not look sharp. He needed to see more. But let's just see how it goes. Week 1, Tampa Bay, let's get it. I want everybody to give me their prediction on the score. If you tell me the prediction and you're right, I'm going to shoot you out. I'm going to give you a shout out and just tell you how good you are or lucky if you can come up with the right score for this Sunday's game against Tampa Bay. Now, moving along real quickly, again, a depth chart came out. Unofficial depth chart came out yesterday, and it had Goodwin and Pettis starting, but I don't really pay any attention to that because Shanahan plays all the receivers in so many different groups. You could see Richie James and Bourne and Pettis out there at the same time, and then you can also see Debo and Pettis and Bourne, or or Richie James. I mean, he just kind of switches it up, and there's really no starters in my opinion because he plays everybody in rotations. So, but that's what it was. Pettis, Goodwin, and the slot was, well, it has Trent Taylor, but Trent Taylor is still out with the foot, so it would be Debo. And then they also have Debo lined up outside as a receiver behind Goodwin in the depth chart. We also got We also got Kendrick Bourne, on that other side behind Pettis. Now, we're down 2 receivers for this Sunday because it's highly unlikely that Jalen Hurd is going to play, and we know Trent Taylor is still out right now. Jalen Hurd did not participate in practice, so we're down 2 receivers short, and we'll just have Goodwin, Pettis, Bourne, Debo, and Richie James. Now, so I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know how the game planning will be, but I think that the Buccaneers are going to get a heavy dose of the run game with Matt Breida and Tevin Coleman. Matt Breida is also listed number 1 on the unofficial depth chart. How do you all like that? I like Breida. I love Breida if he can just stay healthy, but he is number 1 and Tevin Coleman is on there behind him. Now, that's not the way they done it in the preseason, though, so we really don't know what to go by or how much to, I don't know how to really, look at that depth chart. It is unofficial. I guess the official depth chart will be out maybe tomorrow or Friday, I'm guessing. Okay, so practice. Nick Bosa, limited practice with the ankle. He's still shooting for week 1. That's good news. We'll see if he makes it. D Ford, however, full participation. They still got him on there with that knee, but he's back full go. Jalen Hurd is not going to play, as I said. He's dealing with a back injury. He didn't practice. He didn't participate. We also had Jason Verrett with the ankle. He did practice, but limited, along with Kawan Williams, knee, limited practice, and there was one more. But who was that other one? Oh, Weston Richburg, of course, with the knee. They're not really talking about him, but I know he's shooting for week 1, so we'll have to see about Bosa and Richburg if they're going to be starting on week 1. Doesn't look like Hurd is going to make his season debut or his NFL debut, but I'm ready to see him, especially in the red zone. I'm ready to see what he does. They let Jordan Matthews go, and it seems like they probably just used Matthews for, to kind of, give Jalen Hurd some kind of insight on playing the big slot in this league now because that's what he does. And, he was just pretty much brought in for insurance just in case if they couldn't land Hurd or someone like him, and they did. So moving along again, week 1, 49ers at Tampa Bay. Somebody has us getting our asses whooped like 37-14 for week 1, and I beg to differ. I'd like to know what you all think. Again, give me the score. Comment what you think the score will be at the bottom, and I'll shoot you out in the beginning of my next video. I'm going to say that we're going to win this game somehow, some way, and I'm going to say we're going to do it 27-23. I do think that people are sleeping on Bruce Arians and Jameis Winston. I think he's going to be better. I think he's going to have a pretty good season. And I think that he could throw for 300 yards on us. But I think that our offense against their defense is also going to be a hard problem for them. And I think we get into a little shootout. But I think that it'll start off kind of slow. You know how it is. The first 2 quarters of the regular season as it starts, everybody's kind of, just trying to get the chemistry back, the feel of things. They hadn't played 4 quarters. But I think that we start to pick it up coming out of the halftime, out of the locker room with halftime adjustments. And I think we end up getting on a roll. And hopefully, we have a little bit more gas left in the tank than Tampa Bay. You could be dealing with dehydration and things like that, with it being hot, the heat, Florida, and it's still, still practically the summertime. But I think they'll run out of gas before us. They don't have a running game yet. I don't think that their defense is good. So I think that, we're going to kind of go back and forth, but I think we'll get the upper end on them. I have said for months that we will start off 2-0, and I'm sticking with that. I say we beat Tampa Bay 27-23. Give me your score as well. So I pretty much gave you a quick injury report on, right now who's participating in practice and who's limited and who's not. We really do need to get Trent Taylor back. We need Jalen Hurd in there. These are the 2 guys that I really want to see, that I'm excited about. Debo, I wish that they would just go ahead and start him because I want to see more of him. All the talk about Dante Pettis, I'm not really sold on it yet. He hadn't showed me enough yet. I don't see the 10 pounds of muscle that they say he gained. I think he is finesse. I've been giving him a chance, and I know it was preseason, but I mean, he played more snaps than any other receiver in the preseason. and I did not see enough. I didn't see much. I like what I saw from Hurd. It was short, but I like what I saw. Debo, he's looking pretty good. He's looking okay, but I need to just see more, and I would like to see it against first team defenses. So we'll see how it goes. What do you all think? Are you excited? I know you are. It's finally over. No more BS, no more preseason crap, no more training camp. Here we go. Again, we know McKinnon is on IR, so we got Breida, we've got Coleman. There's a rumor came out today that Melvin Gordon followed us on IG, and somebody is saying that he has said that he would like to be traded to the 49ers. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but that's what I've heard from several different sources and have read off of one certain sports site. How would you all feel about Melvin Gordon, whether it's true or not? Would you take him? Would you give up Breida and a pick, for him just for a 1-year rental? Or would you just go ahead and trade him and just pay him everything that the Chargers are not going to pay him? Or do you say, no, we're fine? We've got Coleman, we've got Breida, we've got Raheem Mostert. Jeff Wilson's back on the practice squad. Do we really need to do that? Me personally, I like Melvin Gordon. I wouldn't mind having him. But with about $20-something million in cap space only, we've still got to pay DeForest Buckner. I don't even know what's taking so long for that. We need a wide receiver. We need a safety. Those are the two main things. So I don't think running back is our biggest issue. But that's it right now. I'm going to leave for right now. Just want to give you a quick update on the injury report. Who's making efforts and getting closer to possibly seeing week 1? Do you think Bosa will be ready week 1? Do you think he's going to sit out just one game and be back for week 2 in Cincinnati? I don't know. I hope he is able to play. Oh, and one other thing that I forgot to leave out. On the unofficial depth chart, Nick Bosa is actually the backup defensive end. He's the backup on the left end behind D Ford. Now, we've all thought since we drafted him that it would be Ford on one end and Bosa on the other end. Is this just because he's not 100%? And they're waiting a little bit to ease him on in, or what? As of right now, it's D Ford on the left end. It's Buckner, Sheldon Day, and Eric Armstead playing the right end. So you all tell me what you think about that. I thought Armstead would be inside with Buckner, and I also thought Solomon Thomas would be inside on plays with Buckner, and they still choose to put him on the depth chart as a backup right defensive end. Why can't they get it in their freaking heads that Solomon Thomas is not an end? He is interior. I don't get it. I mean, one thing we're going to hate is if he goes off somewhere else and he just finally flourishes. He just finally gets it. And he just blossoms. Some coach really gets what he can do, and they use him and they put him at the best position possible for him to succeed. Salah, you're not doing that. I don't understand. I don't get it. Just wanted to run that all by you, though. Solomon Thomas is a backup defensive end on the depth chart as of right now. They're still not really playing him inside at all. They've got Eric Armstead at right end, Sheldon Day inside, not DJ Jones, Sheldon Day and Buckner. I'm fine with the two in the middle, but Armstead on the edge instead of Bosa, what's up with that? I understand that Bosa and Ford play the same side, but when you can rush no matter what end you're coming from. We need Ford and Bosa on passing downs on the edge. Now, maybe that's the plan. I don't know, but we'll see. And wide 9, are we going to see more wide 9, or are they going to kind of go away from it? We didn't really see a lot of wide 9 in the preseason. We are seeing more cover 2. We are seeing the safeties in the back. One last thing before I go. I'm moving kind of fast and I'm kind of all over the place. I apologize, but I'm going to be back tomorrow or Friday and definitely Saturday. And we're going to talk more about this game coming up and some more about Jimmy G. Now to the safety real quick. Shanahan said today when he was asked who would be his starter, and he wouldn't tell. He said that he got a pretty good idea of who it's going to be, but he's not going to say just yet. He's got a few guys that can do it, but he's not saying anything right now. And it says that it could possibly be Jimmy Ward or Tavarius Moore. Who do you all want to start as safety? Now, me personally, I wanted it to be Earl Thomas, but it's not. We didn't get him. We didn't get Trey Boston either. So we're stuck. It's either Ward or Moore. Who are you all going with? Exum is right now listed as strong safety behind Tart. So it's either Ward or Moore. Now, me personally, Tavarius Moore in the preseason, he did not really get picked on. I mean, they never really threw at him or went his way. I don't know if that's because I really don't know. I mean, he's fast. Maybe they went back and pulled up some tape from Southern Miss and they like his speed and they just don't want to take a chance because they think he could have range. I haven't seen enough to know that, but if you're not going to target him, I say let's see. Put him out there. Jimmy Ward has been targeted and he's not looked that good to me. I'm not a fan at all of Mr. Glass. I think you all know that. But hey, if you want to start Ward, go ahead. I can guarantee you he'll probably be injured by week 4, and Tavarius Moore will be our starter. Colbert is gone, of course, you all know. So it's Ward or Moore. I'd like to see Moore out there. What do you think? Comment, let me know about the safeties. You want Tavarius Moore or you want Jimmy Ward starting week 1? What do you think about the Melvin Gordon situation? Do you think we take the phone call and at least listen? I mean, or give them an offer and see what they'll go for? Or do you just say, no, screw that? I mean, I don't know. But that was a rumor that Melvin Gordon would like to be a Niner. Usually when that happens, we don't get those guys anyway. Remember AB? So that's pretty much it, man. The safety position, let me know what you think. It's going to be Ward or Moore, but we don't know yet. Again, the Bosa, right now, he's back up in behind D Ford. So I don't know how this front 4 is going to look with the pass rush. Jameis Winston gets sacked. He was sacked second least than any other quarterback in the league, almost less than anybody else, the second least. Only like 23 sacks for the season of 2018. That's pretty darn good. So he definitely gets rid of the ball and he doesn't get sacked a lot. So if we come at him with pressure and stuff, it looks like the blitzes, he gets rid of the ball. So we got to figure out how we're going to hit him, how we're going to attack him. But we'll find out. We'll talk more about the Buccaneers and their roster and what they've got, for in store for us come Sunday. But guys, we're 4 days away. I'm ready to go, and I'm coming back to you. We're going to do a few more videos here before this weekend's for Sunday, and we're going to be locked and loaded. But that's it right now. Just wanted to give you, again, update on the injury report, the depth chart, and the Melvin Gordon trade rumor to the 49ers, and, Solly T being misused. Bosa, don't know what their plan is with him yet. Maybe they're going to ease him in and do him like Alden Smith, like we did back in the day, and just come in on rushing downs for right now. But that's pretty much it. Who do you want, Ward or Moore at free safety? What's it going to be? Witherspoon is listed as the corner as well on the other side of Sherman, not Verrett, but we know Verrett's not fully back yet 100%. K.O.D.S, limited practice again. So who's going to play nickel? Me personally, I thought Jimmy Ward was going to play nickel since he did it so well, so they say, in preseason, and they would just throw Tavarius Moore as safety until Kawan Williams comes back. But if K.O.D. can come back and play slot, maybe they are going to throw Ward back there. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man. Week 1, Sunday. I'll holler back. You've been listening to another episode of the 49 Show. Like, subscribe, comment at the bottom, click the notification bell. Thank you.